Marketers, SaaSpreneurs, it's JB here, and you're tuned into the podcast that's all about taking your high-level game to the new heights. Each week, I bring in top industry experts who dive into strategies that help you drive success specifically for our high-level users. Whether it's getting more customers, it's leveling up your knowledge, or supercharging your high-level platform with new tools, we got you covered. Today, I've brought in Oliver Kenyon, the founder of ConversionWise. And what we're going to be talking about today is the power of conversion rate optimization. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to optimize, and there's a bunch of different things you could optimize, but we're going to be talking about landing pages and funnels, right? Landing pages and funnels. So topic one is, how do we go about even assessing the conversion plan for a landing page or a funnel? Then we're going to be talking into the turning more clicks into customers. Customers is what our customers want. And then obviously staying knowledgeable and the ongoing optimization. This episode is going to be packed with actionable insights and some steps that you could take on your own. Without further ado, help me welcome Oliver Kenyon in the building. Throw some comments below. Welcome, Oliver. For those that don't know you yet, help them get to know you. Where are you from? Where are you at? What's your experience like?
I love the hype. Thank you so much. Perfect intro. Very, very cool. So I appreciate you having me. Thank you so much. Go high level audience. I really appreciate it. So I'm Oliver Kenyon, co-founder of ConversionWise. I founded ConversionWise back in 2012. So I've been doing this a hell of a long time. Been online for sort of 15, 20 years. I was a fully qualified chef turned online entrepreneur. And we now run an agency of 60 plus staff. We have 80 plus clients, and we manage their ongoing conversion rate optimization, as well as building out landing pages, funnels. We've worked with over 3,500 plus brands in the last 12 years. And I'm super excited, as you said, to hopefully share some actionable insights that your audience can take home, they can implement, and they can see, most importantly, those conversion rates go through the roof. So I'm ready to get into this.
Absolutely. So if you're tuning in right now, and you've been doing this for 12 years, if you've been in the game for 12 years, go ahead and comment below, because Oliver would love to know if you've been at this a long time, so he can make sure he gives you the value that you will definitely appreciate because you've been at it for such a long time. If you're brand new, let us know how long you've been an agency for, or if you're planning to get started, let us know as well. Without further ado, Oliver, the landing page versus funnel.
Sure.
Like, what's your opinion on that? Like, what's your strategy? Like, when do you use a landing page? When do you use a funnel? Could you educate just a little bit on that?
Absolutely. I think it all depends on exactly what you're selling or what you're offering to cold audiences, and where exactly that the audience is coming, so the attribution, but B, how pre-educated on your offer, whether it's lead gen, whether it's SaaS, whether it's e-com, how pre-educated that audience is as well. So typically what we'll do is we'll discuss with our partners or our clients exactly how they're dealing with attribution. Does this audience know you? Are you sending traffic via an email list, or are you doing cold advertising on Meta, on Facebook, on Instagram? Are you doing native advertising, which works very well for lead gen as well? And we look at not just where those people are landing, but where they're landing from, because there has to be continuity from the click, so the ad, for example, or the email, to the landing page or the funnel itself. Now, landing page and funnel, they kind of are the same thing. Effectively, what a landing page is, as you know, is just a page that you land on from that click. A funnel is taking someone through a specific journey before they reach destination. So again, looking into your offer or your product or your SaaS, does someone need pre-educating on that particular product before they're sold? If whether or not you're asking them to opt into something, or you're asking them to purchase something, do you need to pre-educate them around that purchase or that opt-in? And that's when typically we would use something like a pre-sale. So a pre-sale is a part of your funnel. It comes after the click, but it sits in between where I say the magic happens, which is where they would either submit a lead, or they would make a purchase, or they would sign up for your SaaS. And it helps to pre-sell your audience on what they're about to do next. Examples of pre-sales are things like advertorials. So for those of you who don't know what an advertorial is, it's very much an editorial piece of content. It looks like a third-party piece of content. It's very much like going to a news or a content site where you have a lot of text, a lot of copy. it basically takes a user or cold consumer through a specific story about your product, and it pre-educates them and warms them up, ready to then click through to the action page where you would then maybe take that action of opting in or purchasing. Another form of a good pre-sale that we see works very well is listicles. So what a listicle is effectively a list of benefits or competitive advantages that your product has over your competitor, or like I say, a list of benefits that helps to pre-sell. So it might be something like, why this new AI SaaS helps you generate 10x more revenue. 5 reasons. 1 reason is this benefit, 2 reasons is this benefit. And then at the end of that listicle, you then click through to sign up for the software, for example. Another great example of a pre-sale that's within that funnel, if your product needs pre-education, is a quiz funnel or a survey funnel. Now, you can get very, very clever with like a quiz or a survey funnel, because what this allows you to do is do if conditioning. So it allows you to give different outcomes based on what your audience clicks or selects within that quiz funnel. Where this works very, very well is if you have an e-com store that's multi-SKU, or if you have a SaaS that's you have different levels of the SaaS and it's to cater to different audiences. Yes, someone's always going to get the same outcome out of the software, for example, but is there an angle you can go against for male versus female, or is there an angle you can go against for copywriters versus email marketers versus landing page designers? And they all might want to use your SaaS, but you can speak to them in a way that's convenient to them by surveying them or taking them through a quiz funnel. So you can ask them multiple questions before you then hit them up with a sales page and deliver them different sales pages based on their answers within that funnel. So funnels are very useful, and it kind of depends on, like I say, where that audience is coming, where the click is coming from, and are they middle of funnel, top of funnel? And the content drives that, not the ad. It's the content on that first landing page, that first funnel of the page, that decides, does this audience or cold consumer need pre-educating on my offer, or am I just going to send them straight to the sales page? And sometimes, hey, sending them straight to the sales page, the sign up page, the opt-in page is what works best. If you've got webinars or workshops, for example, simply above the fold, nice, clean opt-in where you get your value across, you have benefit-driven bullet points, and you talk about the outcome, what the consumer is going to get when they watch this workshop. You don't need that kind of pre-education step. But when you have something that's a little bit more complex or needs, it's maybe a high-ticket item that needs explaining more, that's when these pre-sales in those funnels work very, very well.
Look, if you're tuning in right now and you've watched some podcasts, you've watched some YouTube channels, and you're like, man, this was like a lot of quality at once, and we're not even 15 minutes in, go ahead and comment below, I'm in. Comment below, I'm in. In the next few minutes here, Oliver's going to jump in, get to you, but I just want to make sure we just keep this content value train going. So you unpacked a lot, and for someone that's looking to learn this,
Sure.
you really can't just go to Barnes and Nobles or a bookstore and kind of like figure it out there, because by the time they read it, it's like old school, right? It's not like you could buy a so-and-so for dummies and figure this out. How did you learn and kind of build upon this passion of continuing it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started this business 12 years ago, and we were literally called the landing page guys. So some of your listeners may be from the old school and they may remember the landing page guys. We made quite a stir because we literally did what we said on the tin, right? Like that you couldn't come to us for anything but landing pages. And we started with one key mission. I always remember when I was younger, I read the book by Daniel Priestley. I don't know if you've heard of Daniel Priestley, amazing entrepreneur. And he wrote a book called Key Person of Influence. And I recommend any business owner goes and gets that book because it's fantastic. But what it talked about is putting yourself in a position to be a key person of influence within what you want to master as a job, or as an art form, or as an agency owner. And for us, it was always landing pages. And it's funny because 12 years on, I'm still on podcasts like this, as passionate as I am 12 years ago, because I still want to be that and strive to be that kind of category king or key person of influence within the landing page and CRO space. So for me, it's about a kind of leaning fully in. I think for agencies or people who are creating landing pages for their clients and customers right now, it's about following best practices, and hopefully we can get into discussing some of the conversion principles that are best practices to have on your landing pages. We have an academy that you can join, but there's plenty of free content out there on YouTube following guides. But really, you're going to get the best results from your customers. There's never ever going to be a better feedback loop than actually just getting stuff out there and seeing if it sticks. I recommend anyone does full kind of A/B testing when you hit a certain size, but a lot of this stuff is common sense, and hopefully we can touch on some of the conversion principles that are really important to have on your pages. But as long as you've got these on your pages, you're going to be off to a best start. And then it's all about testing. It's all about iterative process, understanding your audience, handling objections, and kind of going from there.
Yeah, and if you're tuning in live now, we're going to be uploading this shortly here to YouTube, and in YouTube there'll be a description. In the description section there'll be a link. Oliver's kind enough to give us a link to a dedicated high-level page where he'll have some resources, ways to get a hold of him, and to learn more. And, Oliver, we were talking about this offline that, not all education is created equal. And you have to do your due diligence because everybody has their own methodology, their own hypothesis. And really, you got to go off of the search engine's algorithm and the clues they give. I want to get into the we understand the concept of the landing page, the funnel. You gave us a lot of context around that. How does somebody start to create a plan of actually turning the clicks, whether they're paid ads, organic,
Sure.
into customers? So, I know that, when we talk, there's a couple of buttons in certain areas. There's a couple of best practices that the neurological, scientists, and there's different content around like buttons, positioning, colors, wording, call to actions. Could you get a little bit into that for us?
I'd love to. So a lot of this is common sense. And I say this all the time, like CRO, conversion rate optimization, landing page design development. It's a lot of common sense. It's human psychology. It's adding touch points. I almost look at this as like a kind of a conveyor belt that goes up like this, and nothing goes up in a straight line. But the second you start layering these conversion principles on top of each other and ticking these boxes is the second that kind of conveyor belt starts to go up and your conversion rate starts to increase. So we kind of have 5 to 10 main principles that we suggest need to be present on your pages in order to turn more clicks into customers. We'll fire through them. Let's start with number 1, social proof. So without a doubt, social proof is crucial on your landing page. If you're looking at the landing page right now and you don't have, whether it's a star rating or the mention of how many happy customers you've served or a physical testimonial above the fold on your page, you are losing money. So a testimonial goes a long way. If you have a star rating, don't just say rated 4.8 out of 5 stars. Go one step further. Tell us how many happy customers you've served. Rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by 1,000 plus happy customers. You see how that's so much more powerful? When it comes to testimonials, one huge thing you can do above the fold on your landing page, take your software, take your lead gen offer, take your webinar, take your e-com product, whatever it is, and come up with the most common objection that you get from purchases before they purchase or opt in. So you want to find an objection. What is that thing that's holding people back from opting in or purchasing? Use a testimonial above the fold by your call to action button that mentions that objection. For example, if I'm selling a SaaS and the common objection I get is, I didn't know that I was going to get instant access to all the features, have a testimonial above the fold that says, I absolutely love the software. The best part was I got instant access to all the features. You see how you're kind of handling that objection first and foremost with social proof. It's very, very powerful. Number 2 is trust and credibility. Okay, we live in a world where everyone shops on Amazon. We don't think twice about exchanging currency and our hard-earned money with Amazon. We don't even think of it as a trust issue. We don't think these guys are going to scam us. We don't think they're going to take our money. But you, as an independent business or whatever you're selling, whatever you're doing online, you have to earn that cold consumer's trust. You're interrupting their day by showing them an ad or sending them an email. They click on it. They come to your landing page. You need to earn their trust. So what we do is we like to use what I call a trust policy bar. It's a thin bar that sits below your navigation. and it has 4 to 5 icons and short snippets of text. And what I challenge everyone to do, and I'm really interested to see what you come up with, so put them down below in the comments, come up with 4 to 5 icons and bits of text that make you trusted as a brand. And I'll give you some examples. Do you offer a satisfaction guarantee? Do you offer money back guarantee? Have you served over 10,000 happy plus customers? Are you vegan friendly? Are you made in the US? Do you support, offer support for veterans or veteran discounts? What is it that makes you a real legitimate business? Put it up there in that notice bar and you will be turning more clicks into customers. Moving on to persuasive copy. So copywriting is crucial, okay? Not just having persuasive copy, but making your copy scannable is so important. So we see this mistake all the time. You go onto a landing page, you have this massive blurb of text. It's not scannable, it's boring, no one reads it on mobile, it takes up too much real estate. So where you have big chunks of text on your landing page, prompt ChatGPT, say to ChatGPT, take this text and turn it into 3 benefit-driven bullet points. Okay, bullet points convert very, very well. Underline the bold key phrases within that text, but always talk about the outcome. When it comes to text, again, SaaSpreneurs make this mistake all the time. You go onto their site, they're always competing with their competitors, so they're so proud of their shiny objects. So they lead with features. Features, our SaaS does this. People don't care. All they care about is the outcome they're going to get or the benefit they're going to get when they sign up and pay for your SaaS. So first and foremost, lead with the outcome. It saves you time. It makes you money. It drives business without trying. These are things that people want to hear first, then tell them how you do it with the features below. Moving on to number 4. Yeah, please.
Oliver, really quick, man. Like I'm a salesperson at heart, and I find myself like putting the chef hat on and telling them exactly how we're going to get there. Because from a salesperson, sometimes like you just want to make sure that they understand you're going to deliver the product, and you're not just giving them the hopes and dreams, man. And what you're saying is, hey, less is more on your page. Let them know what the end result is. And then if you want to, and correct me if I'm wrong here, you want to create additional pages to go in depth on a set of features, you could link to it, but that main page should be clean and crisp on here's what we do and here's how it helps you.
Sure. So we follow a framework of a page layout. You're right, but I would merge the two. So we follow
keep me in check here, man. I want to make sure we're giving the right stuff out.
We follow an adaptation of the AIDA principle. So we go for attention above the fold, clear headline, value proposition, irresistible offer, social proof, trust, tick the boxes. Then we go into our interest section. Then we go into our transformation section. So typically what we'll do just below the fold is we'll have a section that says, do X in 3 simple steps. So whatever X is the benefit of the product. So let's say we're talking about, high level, for example, we're like, build an incredible business in 3 simple steps. 1, sign up for the amazing platform, build pages and business with ease, earn money. It's always that outcome. It's always like, what's the benefit of the product? Then we go into our interest section, which again, we lead with benefits. So what is the benefit? What's the outcome? And then we'll go into our feature section. So definitely have that feature section on your page, but just do it a little bit further. First, you need to get people excited. If you hit them with the shiny object straight away, how you deliver it, which is feature-led, you're just going to push them off. You're talking jargon. Humans are very proud as advertisers, as business owners. They want to talk about their shiny objects. They want to showcase why we're better than the next person. But ultimately, as a cold consumer coming to the page, what they care about is what they're going to get out of it, not how you deliver it. So you go first, what are you going to get out of it? And then you showcase how you deliver it. So benefits first, features second. Features tell, benefits sell. It's cliche, but that's the way to do it.
All right. So audience, if you're tuning in right now, I want you to say thank you to me, because my one question where the answer was closed just got you unpacked with the framework. No charge. We got you the structure to get started, to at least be aware of how to set up a page that's going to get your conversions, right? So Oliver, thank you for being gracious on just kind of unpacking that, right? Quick, concise, but full of action steps. And that's what we like to do here is when a guest like you comes on, like you said, people don't really care about the idea of it. They want to know what it's going to do for them. So thank you for that. We left off, what, 4 or 5? Where did we leave off on? We got like
4 or 5, but we got a few more important ones. If I can share, I'm happy to.
absolutely bring us home on this part of it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do a couple more. So there's more usability and UI UX is everything. So whenever we get a customer at ConversionWise, the first thing we do is user testing. So again, it's a cardinal sin that we probably have websites that we send thousands of people to, but we never test them ourselves. So user testing is huge. Go through your site, particularly on mobile. Make sure that journey from click into whatever that may be, a confirmation page or a lead submit or a purchase is smooth. Kill all pop-ups on mobile. So the cardinal sin of CRO is having these horrible pop-ups pop up. Get 10% discount. You're interrupting a buyer's journey. Someone might actually purchase without the discount, but showing them that pop-up actually pisses them off and sends them away from your site. Kill all these customer support icons that appear above your call to action buttons that just get in the way on mobile. Just make sure that that journey through your funnel is seamless. So usability is massive, really important. We've already kind of touched on handling objections, but that's a point, one of the conversion principles. One quick way you can do this, and I'm just trying to give you so much information, but hopefully actionable insights as quickly as possible. But FAQs are massive. If you don't have FAQs on your product pages, sales pages, landing pages, you are leaving money on the table. You do not want, and I set this as a mission to everyone, if I come to your landing page now, and I have questions that I need to ask you before I opt in or purchase, you have done a bad job. The questions that I have in the back of my head are probably the same questions that 9 out of 10 people were going to have when they come to your landing page. So put them inside an FAQ, handle those objections first and foremost, and get people clicking through to the next step. So FAQs are amazing. Have 5 to 10 questions in there. Make sure you go and survey your audience. And that's one thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning. You're never going to get any better insights or data than from actually surveying your audience. So do post-purchase surveys or do post-sign-up surveys, even on SaaS products or lead gen. Once they've gone and purchased your product or opted in on that confirmation page, and it's not intrusive, by the way, you do this in a really nice way, just have a little title that says, thank you so much for your payment. Please take 2 more minutes out of your day so that we can make this a better experience for future purchases. And all you need to do is ask them a couple of questions. Question number 1 is you ask them, why did you purchase today? Really good insight. Question number 2, the most important question you can ask, what almost made you not purchase today? Because the insight you're going to get from that question is going to give you so much arsenal to use to change your site on the front end, to handle friction, to handle objections, to handle commonality in the response on that question, tonality. It's going to be crucial. So survey your audience and handle objections. Honestly, man, I could go on forever, but these are the kind of things that we find really impactful.
I'm long story short, and we don't have enough time to go into how I met you. But the moment I met you, I knew that you were a giver of information, your enthusiasm, your knowledge, your expertise, we appreciate your commitment to the community because you would right now, if I said, let's do a 2-hour class on this, let's go.
Let's do it.
Like that's the vibe I get from you, man. So,
guys, who wants that 2-hour class? Comments below, 2-hour class.
If you want a 2-hour class with Oliver, throw it in. Give me 2 hours, right? Yeah. We'll do a survey on that one. He's already got us doing surveys. I love it too.
I love it.
So, real quick here, because I want to just make sure we don't miss it. With conversions, the landing page and FAQs, what's your strategy? What's your opinion around conversion AI bots on that page? Answering those questions. Is that going to hurt the deliverability? What's that?
Yeah, it's difficult. I would test it. I'm not a fan of customer support widgets and AI bots to answer questions, but I think they can be useful. But again, I make that statement of if you need a bot to answer questions, your landing page isn't strong enough. So you're not giving out enough information on your page. You're not handling objections. You're not speaking to your audience, your demographic. You don't have a good enough offer. Your site doesn't do a good enough job of conveying the value that your solution provides if someone then needs to chat to an AI bot. If you are running them, make sure you monitor and mine responses. So it's pointless running them if you're just going to let them do their thing and ignore what people are asking. The best thing you can do is gather insights and then make those changes on your pages so that people don't have to even contact that bot because they're already pre-sold because you put the information in front of people's faces.
Yeah. One to finish this topic around clicks into customers.
Yeah.
So, let's go into an example here. Someone has a, 15-page website, 20-page website. The main page, they optimize often. With that many pages on a website, in depth, is there something or mindset wise that you should start to transition, or how do you like organize all that content?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing here is to focus on the money pages. So we always say work back from the money. So wherever the money happens, and money, by the way, could be an opt-in, it could be a lead, it could be a sign up, it could be a purchase. Work your way back because that's where the biggest uplifts in revenue per visitor or conversion rate or AOV are going to happen. So start from, say, for example, the cart or the checkout, or if it's a lead gen, start from that opt-in form, wherever that happens, and then work your way back. People have multi-page sites where you have an about page, a contact page, you might have a blog, an editorial site, but really you need to look into your analytics, whether that's going into high level, or you might have GA4 installed, and looking to see where most visitors go. And also seeing where those bottlenecks are. Where are people dropping off? Heat maps software is used for a reason. So we do recommend using heat map software. Having a look where people click, how far they scroll. How can we then combat that scroll and make people scroll further? Is the important information that we need above the fold? We see it all the time that people will put testimonials way down the fold, which is where you should have them. You should have a desire section below your interest section. But if people are only scrolling 50% of the page and your testimonials are down 70% of the page, you need to pull some up just below the fold, or you need that testimonial section above the fold as well. So yeah, I think it's definitely important to look into your analytics, see where people are clicking through. But first and foremost, as business owners, we're fighting 7,000 battles at once. Where does the budget go? Where does the focus go? Do we work on email, ads, copy, creative, CRO? Start with the money pages, optimize those main pages that you're driving media to, and I guarantee you'll thank me for it.
At this point, I just want to throw my keyboard across the room. The amount of value. Look, our goal here is to get you action items, action steps, things that you can, do it yourself, and then start the conversation around it. And Oliver's gone just a bit more than I expect, a little bit above and beyond by design, which is amazing. Oliver, as we start wrapping this up here, staying knowledgeable, ongoing optimization. Could you share a little bit about, what to keep in mind with staying sharp and staying relevant?
Yeah, it's a really valid point. I think a lot of CRO is like I say, kind of common sense and based on those principles that we've covered. Some of them, there are more, we cover them in our academy, but a lot of CRO is common sense. So, user behavior, user psychology doesn't change from year to year. What does change is things like attribution channels. So, the latest TikTok might come out, the latest way to acquire a customer might come out. So it's very important that you definitely have a look at platform agnostics, where people are coming from, and stay up to date with the latest trends. But when it comes to CRO, I think the best thing you can do is, if you're doing volume, so if we recommend like over 100,000 sessions per month. If people are listening to this, and I talk to newbies, I talk to experienced marketers doing volume, it doesn't matter. But if you're doing over 100,000 sessions per month, the best thing you can possibly do is to be doing constant split testing, A/B testing, hypothesis based on qualitative and quantitative data. That's what we do as an agency. But I'm not here to sell the agency. I'm here to give you useful information. So you learn this stuff yourself if you want to. But over 100,000 sessions per month, you should be A/B testing. You should be doing optimization on an iterative process, because you're going to make way more money from those clicks to your site. If you're under 100,000 sessions per month, you should be doing what we say, taking bigger swings. You should be redesigning your pages based on best practices and frameworks along CRO. How do you stay up to date with that? I'm not just going to say it. Follow me on Twitter. I share a lot of content for free. I don't want to plug this. I want to just give your users
Oliver, listen,
insights.
Your name already got Googled a couple hundred times by now, right? You're bringing so much value, Oliver. I just met you 15 minutes ago. You're crushing it, man, and that's what
Thank
we
you.
want to put in front of our community.
I
So if you're
appreciate it.
finding value from Oliver, type in below value, value, value,
Thank
conversion. Let's
you.
blow this chat up here. If you want more from Oliver, we're going to throw his link in our YouTube description. Make your way there. He's got some information to continue the conversation. Oliver, close us out with your some sort of wisdom, motivation, or just something
Yeah, sure.
mindset wise with all of this. Because
Yeah,
my
I mean,
brain is on
I
fire.
want to I want to do this from a conversion rates perspective purely because that's what I live, eat, sleep, breathe, and have done for the last 12 years. Don't underestimate the power of conversion rate optimization. Even if you have 1,000 people going to your website, the difference is 1,000 people going to an unoptimized website and 100 of them becoming your customer, and 1,000 people, the exact same 1,000 people going to an optimized website and 300 of them becoming your customer. That's the power of CRO. It's the exact same people. You're just making way, way more money. So don't sleep on it. Hit me at Twitter at Oliver Kenyon. I'll share loads of information. And thank you so much.
Oliver in the building. Thank you for hanging out with me, Oliver. Just spitting fire, giving value, just really giving away all your knowledge. And if you know the 12 years, if we could put 12 years in a soda can and shake it, it would explode just like we had here today. If you love what you heard, comment below. Let's show some love to Oliver. As always, y'all, we do this for you. So let us know what you took out of the feedback, what you plan on implementing right away. Share your comments, Oliver. Till next time, we got to put something in the making here
Thank
as
you
soon as
so much.
possible. We got to go
I'm ready,
long.
guys. Comment below if you want more. I'm ready.
If you want the masterclass from Oliver, say, show me a masterclass. We'll get that in the mix here sooner than later. Oliver, fist pound, bro.
Thank
It was
you
a
so
pleasure,
much,
man.
mate. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yep. To our audience, we'll catch you later. Take care.